Hello, my name is Clara Maveglia and I founded a Cultural Entrepreneurship Institute in Berlin. Today we are in Venice and my guest is Antonello de Medici, the General Manager of Hotel Danieli here. Welcome, Mr. de Medici. Buongiorno, Dottor de Medici, che bello essere qua.
Good afternoon, Mr. de Medici. How beautiful it is here in this wonderful place. Would you like to introduce yourself? Well, my name is Antonello de Medici. I'm the general manager of Hotel Daniele in Venice. I work in the Marriott Group right now, which used to be named Starwood in the past, and I'm also coordinator of GRITI, Western Europa Regina, in the city of Venice. 2 more hotels, and I've learned to love the city and the hospitality, which is a fundamental reason why so many people come to Venice. Which was the determining factor to get you where you are right now? It is not that easy to get to this position. It is difficult to say which was the main factor. Most likely, it was the conjugation of the opportunity to discover the value of hospitality, directly managed in 5-star luxury hotels, starting from Florence, where I made my previous experience. In the past, I have actually worked in a totally different department in the group. I was the manager of human resources for many years, but working with people in a people business was a big help for me. But Hotel Daniele is not a normal 5-star hotel. We have history, we have tradition here. That's right, Hotel Royal Daniele started in 1822 as a hotel. Later on, the Daniel family took over. They became the owner of this building and gradually converted it into the historical nucleus, the core of Hotel Daniele, Palazzo Dandolo. Then we had Hotel Casanova, and after the Second World War, Daniele Excelsior. So these 3 buildings are connected one with the other, and they represent a unicum, which is quite a tradition in cities like Venice, where several palaces are joined together. But the atmosphere and the exclusivity of Hotel Daniele has always been perceived as a homogeneous value, as a single value. So this history, in the 20th century, this was the first hotel of CIGA, Compagnia Italiana Grandi Alberghi, which has been a reference throughout the world in this industry. Then it was actually acquired by joint ventures, and now it has become an exclusive facility of the luxury collection. Well, here we had Goethe, Byron, Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie, just to name some celebrities. I mean, in this kind of hotel, what is a special holiday? What about a good bed, a good meal? Well, every guest at Daniele's experiences the myth and the dream. Telling our own story is more important than emulating other people's stories. Of course, we've had many celebrities, and we will have many celebrities in the future, because the legend of Daniele is not only limited to the past. Every day, during the film festival, the Biennale of Contemporary Art, well, every day we offer a place for those celebrities that not necessarily want to be exposed, but they want to enjoy their stay in this kind of hotel. And every guest can perceive this in their own way, merely as you come in and see our wonderful golden stairs. You go up to the terrace, where we have the restaurant with the best view of the city, one single 360-degree panorama, which is what vedutistas would have claimed and appreciated. Canaletto would have painted so many works of art from our terrace if he had had a chance. The details are taken care of. We have, of course, our luxury beds and many different standards, but what is important is the special care we give to our guests, with amenities that are customized depending on the type of guest. In other words, our hospitality starts ahead. We try to understand our guests' needs. When they book, we try to get all the necessary information and data to anticipate all their needs. And then we want to surprise them, of course, because this is the most important thing. Well, you have so many functions. Can you tell us about your typical day? I mean, what does it mean to be the general manager of such a place? Well, first of all, you need to be multitasking. What I mean to say is that many things happen simultaneously, and this is a live show that must go on. So you must be compatible with the organization, the operational organization. You have to monitor all the projects in terms of marketing and revenue management. There are many different activities, including the feedback coming from our customers, quality assessment, monitoring our reputation on the web. And then, of course, you should not neglect all those different activities that are necessary for our relationships. Being in a city like Venice means that you are in contact with many different stakeholders, bodies playing a role in the city, cultural foundations. The large events taking place in the city, we're very often partners of many organizers, of many institutes and bodies. We're not only managing a hotel, we're managing the symbol of hospitality in this city. Sure. And what about teamwork? Is it important? Well, the team is 110% important. Well, first of all, this kind of activity cannot be carried out customizing our activities. This is the past. You need to coach and you need to have leadership, so you need a good team. You need to select your people, motivate them and allow them to grow. So you must accept to lose from your team the good people to guarantee continuity, reinvigorating the different competencies in your team. But when you say lose your people, you mean that you find them again in different roles? Exactly. We'll lose them in the short term, but we gain them in the long term. In a large company, when people evolve and they take on more responsibilities, it is our duty to allow them to grow. It is a natural evolution. When people acquire a certain level of maturity and competence, then they have bigger responsibilities. They have to take on different challenges. Well, this is a wonderful environment and it looks very natural as well. But I'm sure you need a lot of discipline to do all this. The method is paramount and you need to comply with the service operating standards. This allows you to provide a consistent offer. In Italy, there is a lot of creativity in problem solving, but you have to balance your problem solving skills, which are fundamental, and go beyond to make that extra step for your customers. Well, that makes a difference in terms of your capability to surprise your customers. So delighters are more important than continuity elements. But without consistency, continuity, reliability, it is difficult to grow based only on the exceptions to the rules. So the baseline is discipline, as you said, but discipline is not the target. It is the starting point. Then you need to have the skill to surprise. You must be able to anticipate the needs. And you must be able to allow your customers to dream. It is no longer product marketing, it is experience marketing, what we do here. The environment is very important in Venice. I mean, what do you do to safeguard the environment? Well, of course, we have some technological solutions. For example, we have a system to recycle the waters from the purifier, cleansing our wastewaters and reusing it in the toilets of our hotel. This means that we save water in a city that has this kind of exceptional situation. And then, of course, things have changed, like we've changed our lighting system with LED low-voltage light bulbs, with the possibility of reducing waste. We also reduce waste on food, optimizing production avoiding producing waste and disrupting also the whole productive cycle. I mean, you think about rooms when I think of a hotel, but our restaurants have another complete production cycle, starting from organic raw materials coming from the area, chosen depending on the reason, paying a lot of attention to the quality of the product. And then, of course, we try to maximize the use of these raw materials, providing our guests with the possibility of learning the Italian cuisine, the cuisine of Venice, because many of our customers are happy to know where certain raw materials come from. Well, you were explaining to me before that you get vegetables from the vegetable gardens nearby. That's right. And they determine the seasonal menus prepared by our chef, who's very careful in conjugating the different flavors using the freshest ingredients. In Venice, for instance, there are many places where you can drink a wonderful Bellini cocktail. Well, here you can have a Bellini cocktail only when white peaches are in season. When they're not in season, we do not offer you any Bellini. Well, this is really special. And this brings us to the meaning of luxury today. The glittering gold or the ripe white peach? Well, in the evolution of generations, today a lot of attention is paid to the genuinity of your experience. This is the strength of a territory, of a given area. It is difficult to define this as luxury. Luxury is not only made up of accessories. I mean, of course, this is what you see of luxury. And it is also important to have designers to provide a harmonized product. It is necessary also to invest on the evolution of the product. And we have been doing this consistently in the last few years to update the product to the customer's needs and to keep up the brand of Hotel Danieli and the luxury collection. So both things go hand in hand. So you have to realize that today time is the most important resource. It is not the possibility of owning something expensive or consuming something expensive, and the value curve determines also the investment on the experience. What I mean to say is that we do not sell a meal, we sell wine tasting experience, food tasting experience, the possibility of understanding the connection between the culture of the place and what you're eating. And also when you furnish your space, you make use of Venetian craftsmanship, Murano glass, and the city is very rich in this respect. Then, of course, you have to manage and maintain all this, and this must be done in time. You must be able to renew your product in continuity. The myth, the legend of this hotel, with the culture, the history and the tradition you were telling us about. Well, this is a cultural heritage, something that we must try to safeguard for future generations. Do you feel this responsibility? Yes, I do. But this should not be viewed as a museum. This is an opportunity to make an experience. It is not just a place where you go, take a few pictures and leave. Many people come to have a photograph, to have a wonderful memory. They take pictures on our beautiful stairs. Then we have some Oriental couples who come and take their pictures in their wedding dresses. But here we have much more to offer. For instance, we have made some cultural events together with the Globe Theatre and Teatro Stabile del Veneto. We have organized the Merchant of Venice for some of our guests as a theatrical event with special Venetian and Jewish food. Before the film festival, we organized together with our other hotels and their chefs, we organized a project that is dedicated and focusing on the most important celebrity at the festival. Last year, for instance, we had Sam Manners, and we organized Revolutionary Beauty, an event recalling American beauty and revolutionary road to works by this artist. Then we have had artists organizing an itinerating exhibition in our hotel. We organized live performances during the Biennale of Visual Arts. As a matter of fact, a hotel must be viewed as a container for cultural events. In some cases, we have outstanding events, and this means that the hotel is open also to non-residents. In other cases, we provide the framework for private events, for private celebrations and parties. In this kind of situation, how can you keep the costs down so that also so-called normal people can, once in their life, afford coming here? Many may say, well, Hotel Daniele is very expensive, but this kind of cultural entrepreneurship does not only aim at maximizing the profit, but rather also wants to enlarge the enjoyment of this experience. Well, first of all, I never speak of costs. I always speak of value. And the price is related to demand. There's a certain period in the years when Daniele here in Venice has a price that reflects a demand for hotels in the city. But if people are curious and they're not affected by the different traditions, well, during low season, our prices are very competitive because our offer is linked to the dynamics of demand. So we're very flexible. We follow the ups and downs of demand. So many people who may think that they cannot afford this kind of experience, well, if they come in low season, they can enjoy exactly the same product at a much affordable price. This is interesting and very important as well. How significant is your presence on the web? What about your relationship with the social media? Well, both things are very important. We actively use this channel. It is a very important distribution channel with the luxury collection websites and the direct connection with our Daniele website. We receive bookings. There are other companies that are not able to do what Marriott does. Marriott provides the flexibility of choice within one well-defined channel. And then we have the Starwood Preferred Guest, rewarding our loyal customers, and we provide cross-selling so that the points you have collected with Marriott Reward or Ritz-Carlton Reward programs means that we have a potential of customers, about 100 million loyal clients worldwide, that are very important for us, and we take care of them through the digital channel. And on top of that, you must also be able to promote your image. We have more than 15,000 Instagram followers, for instance. We have a very active Facebook page where we tell about our activities or what takes place in our hotel. And we monitor or what happens in the sense that we view our customers as our ambassadors with their posts, promoting our peer-to-peer marketing. Sure. And now you have the possibility to talk directly to YouTubers. What would you like to tell our YouTube audience? Come and discover Daniele. If you don't want to stay, which is a wonderful idea anyhow, so check for the prices on our website, come and discover us in our restaurants. Come in contact with a situation which is unique in the world. It is a beautiful experience. Daniele opens a door to the city of Venice. Understanding Venice means spending some time, at least for an aperitif, at the Daniele bar. Sure. What about the near future? What are you working at? I'm sure you have more than one project. This hotel, like many other hotels, has permanent opportunities for improvement. So we are working very hard on our product, i.e. our new suites, like the Dandolo suites that have been developed in the last 18 months with Pierre Rochon's design, an exceptional product that is rewarding us, and that is a true, unique experience for our customers. We have a new outlet which will soon be launched. It is an evolution of our concept of the Venetian bistro with the Danieli style. In other words, simplicity, informality, socialization with food applied to a destructured context. I have a general question. How do you live in Venice? It is difficult to understand the daily life in Venice for people who do not live here. Well, the daily life in Venice is both simple and complex. It is simple because Venice is a very safe and secure city. It is easy to move about. Of course, you either walk or use boats and ferries, but you don't have the vehicle traffic of large cities. But there are many people as well, especially in St. Mark's area. This means that you must be able to use also those tiny little lanes, the calle, in the back. But that gives you the pleasure to discover those areas of the city that are not so well known, but so fascinating, including islands and the lagoon. But when you come to Venice, you are stricken by its beauty. It's an aesthetic experience, an absolute experience. So it is not only history, it is beauty as well, a beauty that you can share with the people of the past. I mean, you live here on a daily basis. Can you get used to beauty? I believe you can. I mean, of course, your level of perception is raised, but it is a very pleasant feeling. Of course, you see the ugly bits in a more significant way. Which are your favorite corners in Venice? Well, there are some places that must be viewed from above and other places that must be viewed from below. I mean, there are many beautiful terraces in Venice and they're not very well known. From above, Venice is exceptional. It is unique. It is a gem. It is a miracle. From below, it is just as wonderful because you can visit the lagoon using small boats or the river motorboat provided by Gritti Hotel. Well, that allows you to see things from the sea and you're confronted with huge panoramas. On the 14th of October this year, for the fourth time, we will provide the Venice Hospitality Challenge. The Venetian Luxury Hotel have adopted maxi yachts, sailing boats, and in partnership with skippers, we are organizing a regatta in St. Mark's Basin. Participating in the regatta from a competition boat, you can enjoy Venice in contact with the water and the silence of a sailing boat. It's a wonderful experience. How wonderful! What else do you do together with the city of Venice? Well, we have always been working together with the main bodies for cultural production in Venice. We have been working for a long time and we have a wonderful relationship with the Guggenheim Gallery. 5 or 6 years ago, we have developed menus that are linked to the exhibitions at Guggenheim Gallery, and we also allow our guests with a family to participate in art educationals. We have worked together with Zanetti, a company that produces Murano glass artworks, and also in this case we have provided educational opportunities for children. Glass blowing and the history of glass blowing has been shared with our guests. We have worked with Bevilacqua La Masa, a very important cultural body. When cooperating with Confindustria, we have organized a project called Cultural Alchemy, putting together the companies in the region of Veneto with young artists to shift investments from traditional marketing to those cultural events that have produced many events and works of art. We have worked together with Punta della Dogana and Palazzo Grassi. Tomorrow, the exhibition of Damien Hirsch will open in Punta della Dogana, and we have a very close partnership and cooperation with all those who take care of this cultural event. And of course, we work with the Biennale, both the cinema one, the visual arts one, and the architectural one, and we work with Theatre La Fenice. So we're pretty open, because if you want to understand Venice, you must be at the service of Venice, and we're here for this. We try to develop ideas that in the end allow us to enjoy a longer season and to have the right international image for this kind of destination. My last question, I mean, you live very close to beauty. You're immersed in cultural events. What do you think is the most important thing in life? Loving what you do, that's the most important thing in life. When you get up every morning, even if you have a hard day in front of you, if you love your job, you start the day with a smile, thinking maybe today I will meet somebody I don't know and this will give me energy, or maybe I will be able to hug a person I love. Thank you very much. Thank you for all what you do for Venice, for Italy, for this hotel, and for the time you gave us. Thanks to you and to all those who will see this interview.